Okay, we're going to start the special committee meetings. First up is the special economic development meeting. Chairman Skoda.
Good evening. Call a special economic development meeting to order. We have one resolution, resolution 273, authorizing to designate a certifying officer.
Move it. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Okay. Next up is Public Works Supervisor Knott.
Yeah, I'd like to open the special public works for July 8th. We have resolution 274 authorizing the Columbia County Board of Supervisors to declare itself lead agency. You have a motion in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We will move this and go through the part two at full board with everybody. Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. Next is Finance Supervisor Guzzi.
Yep, I'd like to call the special finance committee to order. Resolution number 273-2026.
Move it.
Second. We have a motion in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Resolution number 274-2026. Authorization.
Move it. Second.
Motion in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make it.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. 1 minute. I want to
I'm good.
Okay, I'm going to call the full board meeting to order. Please rise for silent prayer, followed by the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to request the clerk call the roll.
Lutz. Present. Weigel.
Here.
Ooms. Simmons.
Here.
Stacks.
Here.
Adams. Wolf.
Here.
Collins.
Here.
Silverberg. Here. Eldred. She was here. We'll mark her here.
There she is.
Okay.
Here I am. Helsley. Dvorak.
Here.
Ligonia.
Here.
Madero. Here. Mia.
Here.
Tolkien. Here. Mussman. Here. Scalera.
Here.
Guzzi.
Here.
Holtman. Morel.
Here.
Knott.
Here.
Skoda.
Present.
154 here, 46 absent, and 1 drawn.
Thank you. I need a motion to pay the bills, accept the treasurer's report, and file the minutes within the clerk's office.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I'm going to ask the clerk, read the resolutions.
Resolution 250 of 2026 to 274 of 2026 by Supervisor Simmons.
Mr. Chairman, I offer these resolutions for adoption.
I second the motion with the, going through the 274 as a
Secret.
secret.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Right?
As to resolution 274, we needed to conduct a secret review. We've used a short form for this. If there's any questions about the particulars of the project, Rachel Cousins here. If we have any questions, we can go through. We have proposed answers to the secret form, and I will read them. If anybody has any questions, concerns, just stop me as I go, and we can discuss it further if we need to. Will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use plan or zoning regulations? No to small impact. Will the proposed action result in a change in the use or intensity of use of land? No to small impact. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of existing community? No to small impact. Will it have the impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area? No small impact. Will the proposed action result in an adverse change in the existing levels of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkways? No small impact. Will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy and it fails to incorporate reasonably available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities? No small impact. Will the proposed action impact public or private water supplies? No small impact. Public or private wastewater treatment? No small impact. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources? No small impact. Will the proposed action result in an adverse change to natural resources, examples being wetlands, water bodies, groundwater, air quality, flora, or fauna? No small impact. Will the proposed action result in an increase in the potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems? No small impact. Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or environment or human health? No small impact. Then the secret form, there is a newer one, the additional questions. Is the potentially affected disadvantaged community identified as having a comparatively higher burdens or vulnerabilities by the disadvantaged community assessment tool? Anybody know what that means? So DEC came up with a new marker that says some certain areas are disadvantaged. And if you were going to put in like a commercial plant, that could affect these lower disadvantaged communities higher than it would higher advantaged communities. So you have to now use on the DEC tool, you look on the map and you see if your project area is in one of those areas. Again, this is an airport expansion of the terminal and the parking area, so it's really not going to impact that. So on that one, we can say no small impact. So if the board agrees with those answers, someone's free to make a motion to issue a negative declaration for purposes of secret.
We'll make a negative declaration to this project, offers a negative declaration.
Got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Now you can actually make a motion to pass resolution 274 now that we completed your secret.
Looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion to pass 274.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Good. Hey, thank you. Do any supervisors have any business to bring to the board?
I do.
Supervisor,
Collins. Yeah, we just had a big storm Thursday night. It affected a lot of our towns, Ghent, Chatham, Austerlitz, Canaan. Big winds, a lot of damage. So I just wanted to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of our first responders. Emergency management was there, Director Harrison, amongst others, but our highway, town, county, state highway guys did a great job. All of our fire departments were out there, really suffocating heat overnight, over a couple of nights. And of course, the linemen, both our domestic employees and the contractors they've had. So it was just fantastic. I wanted to thank everyone who risked life and limb to get people power back and get them back to a level of comfort. Thank you.
I thought somebody.
Oh, Silverberg from Gallatin. My town clerk asked about the Airbnb tax money, when that was coming in.
BJ, do you have any?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the whole question.
Sorry, the question is, the money that the county is collecting
Yes.
for the Airbnb, the occupancy taxes.
Yes.
We have not seen that come through, and my clerk is asking me to ask this question at the meeting.
You have not been segregated out. Nobody else has seen it either. So
Okay.
Don't feel bad.
Okay,
We're in a process. We had a hang up with Airbnb.
okay,
Weren't able to sign a contract. However, the contract did just come through. They actually started collecting their occupancy tax April 1st. And that
Oh.
runs through June 30th for the quarter. We're expecting a payment hopefully sometime in July. And then we need to be able to determine, the initial determination was that we were going to be able to identify the revenue created in each town and
right,
share that revenue. It's our understanding from other partners across the state that Airbnb doesn't do that. They send you one check. So the committee is going to reform once we receive that information and try to figure out what we're going to do.
so didn't we all, the towns all signed contract with Granicus, right? That was the company that was identifying them, and so they don't have any way of playing Okay, it's
We thought they did.
interesting, I just didn't
Yep,
know
we thought
really
they
so
did, so-
complicated subject.
The money's not going away.
Right,
We do have the money. We have about $270,000 year to date
okay,
in total revenue so far.
okay,
We're waiting for this first tranche from Airbnb. The committee's gonna get back together to see what information we're gonna be able to glean from that.
right, because I'm getting those lists of all of our Airbnbs, so,
Yep.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
I have a follow-up question on that,
Yes.
PJ. The 270, is that what was paid through our,
Individuals.
okay, and that was paid to the county? through-
Yes.
yeah, Okay, thank you.
I also, sorry, I have a follow-up as well. So Hudson was included in that
No.
briefly.
They're included
So what
briefly
happens with
in
that?
our discussions with Airbnb a few weeks ago. They have agreed, that has stopped. They have stopped collecting that. And they have told us that they should have the ability to refund that money directly back to the people that rented it.
People that rented it. Okay, great.
And I relayed that to Heather.
Okay.
Just one further follow-up, if I might. Is it still the intention that the money will be distributed based upon the number of, based upon the rentals by town?
That's our original intent. It's going to depend on what information we can glean from Airbnb. And we don't know that yet.
So it could be distributed like we do sales tax.
Possibly.
That's another option. also. Okay.
Any other questions?
They didn't
No,
try to pressure us to abdicate our sales tax collection from short-term rentals like they had been proposing previously.
Oh, Airbnb?
Mhm.
No. We had hoped that the state was going to collect the occupancy tax and it would take everybody out of it. We will get the information that we needed. However, the state, in their infinite wisdom, decided they weren't going to collect the sales tax, so. Or the occupancy tax, excuse me. But they do collect the sales tax.
That segment of sales tax was up based on the last report, right? And we think it's because of the short-term rentals.
So PJ, is Hudson out of it now?
Yes,
It's been taken care of?
yes.
Okay.
That's it.
Anything else? Any other supervisor?
I'd like to echo what Supervisor Collins said on July 4th. Happy 250th anniversary, Ingram, Gallatin, Taconic. Also got hit with some severe storms, and I give kudos to our highway, our emergency services, and the line crews. I think on Tuesday, all of our residents were restored power, so it was unfun. Not a fun way to, celebrate the July 4th, but we got through it.
In the best of weather too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, anybody, other supervisors?
I just got,
Supervisor Collins.
I'm just, backing up what Supervisor Collins had said. I witnessed the, shared service agreements, really work. There was a lot of neighboring towns that didn't even get touched, a leaf hardly dropped in Stuyvesant, but everybody pulled together and helped us through, Ghent. Chatham, I'm not sure how they're doing. Ghent, I can honestly say we're a couple ditches with some leaves in it. And there was 3-4 different towns on different days that came out to help us, including all our farmers the night of. I want to thank them. And, I just second everything that, Denal had said. But it needs to be pointed out that these, shared services, including the county, with their generators in our town, and everybody pulled together, and there was no injuries. Couldn't have gone any better for a devastating storm.
I know we got the water supply going in Chatham with a generator from the state.
Yep.
Yeah, and Mayor Howe and Chief Alessi down there did a great job of setting up a command and getting everything moving because the water was a concern.
The one good thing, and at least from my perspective, is that anybody I talked to, it seemed to be under control. I mean, between emergency management, the different highway departments, there was really no need for the county to call the state of emergency, because everything that they came across, they were handling. So that's a good thing. I also just wanted to add, during that time, we also, and I'm sure you all know about it, We had a bunch of people displaced from Richardson Hall and Philmont. And I just wanted to say that, you know, some of the same people in office, our fair housing officer, our Department of Social Services were all involved in trying to help out in that situation. So, which was a tough situation over a holiday weekend. But I want to give them kudos too for, you know, the work that they did behind the scenes.
And what's happening with those people? Are they, sorry,
At this point, they're still displaced. I mean, I think there's going to be extensive work that needs to be done in that facilities, but I think that, you know, everybody's working to try to make them as comfortable as possible. I know some have moved into the Galvin Motel. I'm not sure how many rooms there were, but I know some moved up there as well, so.
do you mind if I ask another question? So is the county at all engaged with BARD in this transition with these properties? Is that property now being managed by BARD? Is there anybody in the county level that's dealing with BARD on some of these issues?
I believe that the Department of Social Services would be dealing on this particular issue. I've met with the BARD representative. This was a few weeks before this even happened.
Right.
They are transitioning. I believe come September or October, it's no longer going to be called the Galvin properties. It's going to be the BARD properties. So, but there are, you know, we have talked with them, and I'm sure we'll have ongoing conversations with them.
This is, I would assume, a very singular situation with a relationship between like a college and a nonprofit, right, and a county where they hold so many properties. I mean, that is very unusual.
Mhm.
So, yeah, because that did not seem good.
I would just like, yeah, I'd just like to say I was on the scene when everything was going on there, and basically what it is, there's two big buildings.
Yeah.
One was affected, one wasn't. The problem they have is the water goes through the one that was affected, then into the next building. So now they have to redirect the water to open that building back up to see what they're doing. So that's the problem they're having. So half of it's still pretty good. Nothing gonna happen on one half.
Right.
The other half was pretty well damaged, pretty good, a lot of water.
Yeah.
And they couldn't shut it off in the building for somehow there wasn't no shut off, so they had to wait till the guys come from the curb. And that's why all the damage. So, but I think they're gonna be working on trying, I know going through our building inspectors, trying to get the other half open. They're working on that, to see if they can bring them back into that half. How many that supports, I don't. And the one thing I'd like to say, Matt, too, we've been talking about, you know, these storms, you know, I've been around a long time, and I was around when he had that tornado went through Great Barrington and all that stuff. And I watched that storm from my deck. I could see the storm develop and go right up. I mean, it was like a war. It was just like the lightning and the thunder and everything was just going off. And I'm thinking, we never hear anything on the radio or anything to warn, hey, there's a possibility of something really happened. You know, maybe Channel 10 or something will flash something. But it never seems down in our area. I mean, if there's some way we can look into something in the future to say, hey, we all know the storms are getting worse. Let's just give everybody an update of what's going on.
You get them on your phone. I get everything on
I
my
didn't get
phone.
anything, so.
Yeah, I did.
You gotta sign up for it.
I actually,
New York alert.
New York alert.
I actually did almost sign up for that, and then I got distracted and I forgot to do that. Yes, that seems like a
Maybe I gotta
very.
upgrade my phone.
You know, yeah.
People must have.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Get a grant.
No, the issue with that storm though was that it caught everybody off guard. I mean,
Developed
NICEAG wasn't,
Right.
nobody was ready for it. It just hit, it was government people says a microburst. And they were flying people up from the Carolinas, flying people up from all over for that storm. So, yeah, but the 911 system, if you're not on it, you got to get your bag phone out of your truck and, you know, put an antenna up on the roof and you can get that.
Yeah, you better put a longer.
All right, you know, why ask a question? We'll talk.
Anybody that's not signed up for New York alert, we can help you.
On the website.
Yes.
Okay, any other supervisors? Comments? Okay, with that, I do have, an appointment to the Climate Action Planning Committee. I'm going to appoint, Dylan Sepkowski from Soil and Water, Jennifer Phillips, who's a county resident and a professor at Bard, and Samantha Black, who is a environmental health director in the county health department. There was 3 vacancies on the board, and, at the suggestion of Don Meltz and Brenda Adams. We appointed this group. And they're chair appointments. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.